Let's talk about the reason why some women can be extremely cruel when rejecting men who they perceive as low quality. If a woman considers herself to be 8 out of 10 and she gets hit on by a guy who she would consider to be 5 out of 10, most women would be flattered, and if they're not interested, they would simply say, "Sorry, I'm flattered, but I'm not interested." However, for some women, they can actually get offended, especially in a group setting, because in her mind, she's thinking that everyone around her can see that she's interacting with him and think, "Oh, if that guy can hit on her, then maybe she's not an 8. Maybe she's also average. Maybe she's a 5. You see, in this case, that will be an attack on her sense of value. In addition to this, if we look back in tribal days, the attention and affection from a low-quality guy can actually be a liability. Her concern was, if one of the low-quality guys started talking to her, a top-tier guy might see that and he might think, I thought she was a viable partner choice, but she's talking to him? Maybe she's not as high quality as I thought. And as a result, she might lose out on the opportunity to mate with that top-tier guy. This is why some women can be really cruel and harsh when rejecting men they don't like. They can actually get angry. "How dare you come and talk to me? How dare you think you can have a chance with me? Don't you know how this makes me look? I'm going to be really harsh in my rejection to make sure you know that I'm completely out of your league." If you think this sounds strange or bizarre, I guarantee you it does not. You can see proof of this phenomenon because women would react to the exact same situation in a completely different way if the guy was attractive or high quality. If she considers the guy to be 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, then he would have no problem talking to her. In fact, she might be thrilled by the fact that he's talking to her. So the fact that she reacts differently when the guy is attractive is proof that it's not the act itself that she's offended by. She's offended by the fact that the guy is unattractive. This is why she can be very harsh in rejecting that guy who she perceives as low quality. It goes without saying that this is some low quality behavior. A low quality woman is insecure about her desirability. She's insecure about whether or not men find her attractive, so she is more likely to engage in this kind of behavior because she is more desperate and she feels the need to signal her quality to the top tier men. A genuinely high quality woman doesn't need to engage in this kind of behavior because she knows that her desirability isn't likely to be questioned. So she can afford to be more compassionate, more kind, more respectful. She doesn't feel the need to be cruel when rejecting men. Now, if you've been in this situation because of how harsh the rejection is, you might think that you have a misunderstanding of your own values. I'm here to tell you otherwise. Some women are not even aware that they're doing this. The vast majority of women don't even know what a high-quality man is. You see it all the time, what some women find attractive in a guy. The kind of guy that you would never want to associate with. The guy that you would consider so low that you're disgusted by him. And yet, some women find him attractive. So please don't take the fact that a woman rejecting you as evidence of your own values. The way I want you to think of this is that if you've been working really hard to improve yourself to be a genuinely high-quality guy, if a woman doesn't find you attractive, that's actually her loss because she doesn't have good judgment. So it's a good thing that she rejects you because you don't want anything to do with her anyways. If she had good judgment, she would have found you attractive. So that's the first explanation. Now the second explanation as to why women can be very cruel when rejecting men, and this one is a lot darker. Some women actually enjoy rejecting men because they like the power. That rush, the feeling that comes from telling a man, "No, I am better than you, I'm above you, and you deserve to be punished for believing that you had a chance with me." For some women, that is a powerful ego boost to tell a man that she is not interested in him. The more cruel and harsh the rejection is, the more crushed the guy is, the more thrilled and exhilarated she feels. Here's an example that a lot of men can relate to. Have you ever had the experience of asking a woman for direction or something really simple, and she immediately says, "I have a boyfriend," or "I'm not interested"?
Excuse me, ma'am?
I have a boyfriend.
Okay, that's great. I just want to let you know that your tire's flat.
Will you mind helping me?
Get your fucking boyfriend to do it.
This type of woman is so self-absorbed that she thinks every guy is hitting on her. She thinks that she is so hot and so amazing that she doesn't need to consider any other possibilities of what your intention might be. If you come up and talk to her, you are 100% hitting on her. She's so confident in her assumption that she rejects you the moment you speak to her. Now, I'm not talking about most women, definitely not. Most women don't like to reject men because they don't like confrontation. I'm talking about a very specific type of woman, one with really dark psychology, possibly a personality disorder, a classic low-quality woman. She enjoys rejecting men so much that she rejects them even if they're not hitting on her. When she sees a man coming and talk to her, her first thought is, how can I use this situation to elevate myself? She wants to put you down to get that boost of self-esteem. Or worse, you're not even talking to her, you're just staring into space. She happens to walk by and then she sees you looking in her direction and then she gives you one of those disgusted faces like, "Ugh, and then she just walks off. For all the guys out there, if you experience this, I don't want you to feel as if you've done something wrong. You need to understand that this is all about her, it has nothing to do with you. When she thinks that you're staring at her and she gives you one of those disgusted face like, oh, you're disgusting. All of that is just an act. If she was genuinely intimidated by you, she would have been more reserved or even frightened. The pouting and the outrage, all of that is just a performance. She's acting disgusted because she wants you to feel disgusting. She might look displeased on the outside, but on the inside, she's thrilled because she was able to elevate herself at your expense. So I want you to know that you didn't do anything wrong. Do not feel guilty, because if you do, then you just play right into her hand. She has successfully put you down. Alright, that's all for today's video. Let me know if you've been in one of these situations before, and how did you handle it? Leave it down in the comment. Until next time, stay curious.